Hello, I hope you are well. I'm guessing because you clicked on this video that you've just been for a run, so hopefully you enjoyed it, hopefully you had a good time, and now it's time to stretch it all out. So I am Amy and I will be your yoga teacher for this little post-run stretch. If you do enjoy this video, I would be really grateful if you could subscribe to my channel to see more from me, maybe leave this video a like and a comment letting me know what you thought, or letting me know how your run went, either way. So to get started, we're going to show our feet some love. So they take the brunt of our running, a lot of force landing in our little toes. So you're going to come to sit on your toes, tucking all 10 toes under, making sure they're all in contact with the mat, and resting your bum down on your heels. I like to rock from side to side in this pose to put more weight in each toe at a time. It might change the feeling of the stretch, making it more or less intense in different toes, in different parts of the foot. So just taking a moment to feel into your body here, feeling into the feet. As you're ready, release the weight from the feet, maybe give them a little tap, a little wiggle, let the blood back into your feet. Then just lift one foot off the mat at a time and take some circles with the ankle going in both directions, and then switch. Other foot, circles in one direction and then the other. Now bring those knees and feet back together, sit back on your heels and then rock the weight back, lifting the knees and the shins off the mat, finding a stretch through the ankles, through the shins. You might only rock back just a few millimetres, well maybe more than a few millimetres, a few centimetres or a few inches. Just take it to the edge of the stretch in your body today. And release, rock your way back forwards, landing in a tabletop position. Inhale, extend that right leg out behind. Exhale, draw the knee in towards the nose, step it through between the hands. You can use your hand to help you get that foot through. So making sure that the right knee is stacking over the right ankle. The toes of the back foot can be tucked under, or they can be flat, depending on which feels best in your foot, in your knee. And find some energy in the legs here. So even though we're stretching, we still want to be engaged. So notice the difference between just letting go and flopping down, sinking into the pose, engaging totally so you're not stretching at all, and then just find that sweet middle ground, that balance between strength and stretch here. So opening through the front of the left hip. Your stance doesn't need to be as long as mine, so your knee might be more like this, but either way, keeping that alignment of front knee over front ankle. And keep that chest nice and lifted, so stacking the head over the heart, over the hips here. Bring that left hand down to the mat, then start to walk the right toes out towards the edge. You might roll onto the outer edge of that right foot, then bend in that left foot, swing the right arm around, reach it for the left foot, and start to draw that foot in towards the left glute. So really opening through the quad here. Again, you might just be reaching that foot in just a few centimetres like this, or you might start to work it closer towards the body. Just taking it to the edge of the stretch for you today. and release that foot. Walk the front foot back to centre and then straighten that front leg, coming into our half splits pose. You can be back on the heel of the front foot, or you can have the toes on the mat, or you might alternate between the two, so it just brings the stretch into a different place. You can inhale to find some length and then exhale, fold down over that front leg. Inhale, rock your way forwards back to your low lunge, then exhale, step it back to your tabletop. Inhale, extend that left leg out behind. Exhale, draw the knee in towards the nose, step it through between the hands. Once again, find that alignment, front knee over front ankle, and take whichever option feels best on your back knee, so toes tucked or flat. Once again, find some energy in the thighs, so drawing that left hip back slightly, the right hip forwards, finding that nice lift as we root down through the feet and lift the crown of the head up towards the sky. Then take that right hand down to the mat underneath the right shoulder. Walk the left toes out to the edge, maybe roll onto the outer edge of that left foot before sweeping the left hand around to grab the right foot, coming into that quad stretch. And this side might feel different from the other, so just take it to the edge of the stretch on this side. And notice whether you're collapsing all of your weight into your right hand. Try and find some lift and some energy. And then release that foot. Walk the front foot back towards centre before straightening that leg, either coming onto that heel, keeping the toes on the mat, or alternating between them. Inhaling, finding some length, drawing the chest forwards and the shoulders back, then exhaling, folding down over that leg. Inhale, rock back forwards into your low lunge, plant those hands, exhale, step it back to your tabletop. Now tuck those toes under, lift the knees to hover, then straighten the legs, landing in a downward facing dog. Pedal out through the legs here, so bending and straightening one leg at a time, opening through the hamstrings and the calves. Now an option here is to hook the big toe and the second toe of the right foot over the back of the left heel, so around that little bony bit on the back of your heel, and just use that to find some traction and draw that left heel closer towards the mat. Release, swap sides, hooking the big toe and the second toe of the left foot over the back of the right ankle. Release, inhale, sweep that right leg up to the sky. Try and keep the hips and the shoulders level, so notice whether you're dumping your weight into one shoulder, whether your right hip is flying open towards the sky. And now everyone, let's open that hip, bend that top knee, let the heel drop towards the bum, and start to take some big circles with that right knee, imagining like you're painting a big circle in the air with your knee, and then switch direction of those circles. Inhale, reach that leg high. Exhale, drop it back down. Inhale, lift that left leg. Hips and shoulders stay level. And then open the hip, bend that leg, start to take those circles. Switch direction of the circle. Inhale, extend that leg to the sky. Exhale, drop it back down. Drop the knees to the mat, big toes touch, knees come wide, sink the hips down towards the heels, and just take a few moments to wiggle around in your child's pose. Feeling into the hips here. And then press into the hands, press your way back up, opening into the inner thighs. You're going to bring the knees about either sides of the mat, just taking it to the edge of the stretch for you. The knees are in line with the hips, the ankles are in line with the knees, and the toes are in line with the ankles. So finding some nice right angles here. You might stay upright like this, or you might come down onto the forearms. You might start to walk the knees out wider. But as you walk the knees out, keep adjusting the alignment, so keeping those 90-degree angles. This might feel really, really, really intense for you. If so, just focus on your breath. One more deep breath here. And then press yourself back up. It's quite a tricky pose to get out of elegantly, so if you're flopping around, no worries. Let's just finish off by opening through the chest here. So obviously we do a lot of work with our legs when we're running, but we can also be quite hunched with our chest when we're using our arms like that. So let's bring the hands to interlace behind the lower back. Draw those fists down towards the earth as you lift the chest towards the sky. And then release. Come back to a comfortable seated position, and that is you done with your post-run stretch. Hopefully you enjoyed that. Like I said, I'd be so grateful if you could leave a comment letting me know whether you enjoyed this class or whether you enjoyed the run that you've just been on, and wishing you all the best success in all of your future running endeavours.